Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with a whole bunch of things. So first off is Scrap a Sketch, and this is the sketch I'm using, and so it's a free Friday, so make sure you go check that out. I'm using Mixed Media Mayhem, which is a paste, punch, and stencil. I'm also using some scraps for Baby Got Scraps and my Counterfeit kit, which are the papers that I've got out here, and I'll use some of the embellishments. And I did cut a circle out of cardstock so I could use the inside of it as part of that stencil kind of bit, so I could get that circle. And then I chose this piece of pattern paper from Studio Calico because why not? The pictures that I have are of my youngest at school. When we were doing homeschooling, we did a blended program, so I worked there, and so, which was great, and we did a coding day together. So I had my middle school kiddos and my co-teacher, friend, colleague was also my youngest teacher, and we did coding day together. So that's the picture I'm doing. And then this is Stamperia stencil paste. It is so smooth. You're gonna hear me say this every time I use it because it is like so smooth and soft, and it gets thinnish, but it doesn't go on thin. And it's just so easy to apply. It doesn't like bend the stencil. It is like my favorite. So I'm using this stencil. If you want to know what the stencil is, I did go through my packaging to find it because all my stencils were not put away very well. So just let me know in the comments and I can find that out because I actually have it with everything that I need now. So this is the little robot dude that the kiddos were playing with. It's called a Saphiro. And that year, my youngest actually got it for Christmas because that's how much she absolutely loved it. She is 14 now and still plays with it sometimes. So it was a really good buy for the amount of playing that she's done with this little robot. So that was fun. Here are my scraps. So I pulled out a bunch of scraps for Baby Got Scraps that actually match my kit a bit. Quite a few of those you'll see me use on Sunday for Forgeries on the 4th. So if you come back and take a look at what I do then. I'm going to draw a line around so I can just use the corner bit because I have a little bit of scrap and why not make more? Actually, I'm going to use part of what I've got left of this. So in that sketch, you have the photo in that bottom corner on the circle, and then it gets layered with a couple pieces of paper, and then you have some banners and strips on the top part. So I'm going to use these on both spots, so just to make it work. I chose the colors because it matched the background, but the background actually matched with the kiddos were wearing in the photo. So my youngest has lots of pink on it, and there's some blue in the photo, and then definitely that gym floor. So it works out pretty well. And then I went to go put it on, and it is still really wet for the paste. So I spent probably about 10 minutes drying this, and it still isn't completely dry, but I don't want to wait. So I'm going to use glue, and I'm going to get it on here and whatever. You also saw me cut out that Saphiro. I'm going to tuck it almost like an embellishment. So I'm going to get this on straight. And then in the sketch, there is a bunch of embellishments coming out the right side, like right where I'm putting this Saphiro. So I'm going to use this little picture of this little dude that they're playing with to make that work. And then, so I have the paste, and I have the stencil. Yes, and this is the punch, and I didn't punch it very well the first time around because why would I do that? Not being on the desk, I don't know. But so punch is done. I really don't have very many punches, so it makes it a little hard. I have a lot more dies than I do punches, but very few punches. Probably like, I would say 8 tops. So I have I think I have 3 border punches, so you see 2 of them already. And then I have some like circles and hexagons, but the circles and hexagons I didn't really want to use on this. It didn't really have a spot for it. So I'm going to use the back side of this darker blue tealy paper, which has a light blue plaid grid on it. And so I'm going to do the title, which is Coding Giggles, because these 3 were giggling up a storm. And right down by the iPad, and Saphiro is there, but you can't see Saphiro. Their ears are all right beside him, or it. And they're making Saphiro say fart face, which was actually pretty funny because they thought they were like being a bit naughty, and I just laughed and didn't even say anything, just like walked a little bit away and then giggled because I wasn't gonna ruin the fun with them coding and being funny. So I don't know if I would have put up with it from my 4 5s, but I probably would have just said, "Are you sure that's what you want to have it say?" And would have left it at that, but maybe not. I don't know. So anyways, I didn't say anything to these guys, and then I went and told their teacher, I'm like, "This is what they're doing. It's pretty funny." And she just giggled too. She's like, "They're learning, they're having fun, and not a big deal." So we both took it that way, which is fine. And obviously quiet enough that their ears had to be right down to hear it. So that's kind of funny. So anyways, they had lots of fun. And then so I'm just layering these pieces up. And basically the journaling I did just says you and your friends coded Saphiro to say fart face on code day, grade 2. Because farts are funny when you're in grade 2. So, still trying to figure out how I want to layer this. That is stuck really well. So, it is going to be like this, which is actually pretty close to what the sketch is anyway. So that goes on. And then I'm just going to trim out the little piece where the banner is because I don't know. I just wanted to, so I did. And so that is where the title is on the sketch too. So yay me. Don't always get the sketch exactly the way that it's intended. So I don't know if this is exactly the way it's intended either, but that's okay. And then I pulled out some Flower Emporium because I put this in my kit, and these little tiny chipboard circles are super cute. So I'm going to use 3 of those, and I'm just trying to see what else I could use. So this little piece that I took out says snapshot. So definitely a cute little snapshot that I took. And then pulling out 3 more of those circle bits. So I thought of putting them down here on this side, like where the flowers are, but that's not where they're going to be. And this something fun I thought was super cute, and it's just going to tie those 2 pictures together. And it could be a secondary title. And then I thought about these stacked here, and that would have been super cute. But then I decide that I want a little bit up here where this snapshot is at the moment, and it's going to go down. They're going to switch spots almost. And then the snapshot's going to go underneath the something fun. And then I'm going to put these, I'm double checking, there's no adhesive on these. So I'm going to put the yellow one in the middle that says good times. And then on the other sides, it's going to go in order. Good things, good times, love it. And I thought that was really cute there. And then this one just underneath that secondary title. So that says something fun snapshot. And then the only other thing that's on the sketch that I don't have yet is a border. So I'm debating, I'm looking, I grab my ruler, I'm going to grab a pencil, and I'm going to draw the border out on this corner to see if I'll like it. And so I'm like, and that's okay. I'm like, but this, like the spacing wasn't quite exactly where I wanted it, so I'm gonna make sure that I measure, and then I'm gonna add it again and try one more time. But I want it to like interact with that snapshot. So here we go with a black pen. This is not a black pen you can buy because it's my ATA pen. So yay, my union dues. Anyways, it's a really nice pen and I like it, so I'm going to use it. And then I didn't actually use a pencil to do it this way, and then I go a little too long on the vertical side, so it makes kind of an X up here. So I'm just going to make an X at the bottom so it looks like it's a little more on purpose. And that is a wrap on this page. So that is my first page of 2026. Yay. And here's some close-ups. I will have the Scrap a Sketch linked below. I will have Mixed Media Mayhem linked below. I will have Baby Got Scraps linked below. And Counterfeit Kit Club will be linked below. I also have a code for printables, books, and stencils from Scrap a Sketch, which is Amanda10 on the website. And thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Have yourself a wonderful day, and thank you for being here.